yo, neighborino. Welcome back to another episode of The Skirt Room. My name is Jonel. What? What?
I'm Deswayne.
To be fair, I was going to go more like extra with it, but like my tone was pretty chill.
It was too chill. Like if you went extra, I'd be like, okay, you're being extra.
Oh, it's like you say this all the time.
Yeah,
type
like,
of chill. I don't. I promise.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I just felt very like Ned Flanders-y. He's a good God-fearing man. You stop that.
He very much is.
He's a good man.
He is.
He deserves better in life.
Then
You're the Homer to my Ned for sure.
you're welcome.
How are you, Des?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm a little
Peed off.
I was gonna say on edge, but that's not the right thing. I'm a little
Overzealous.
No, you're just saying words that you think.
Yep. I'm just saying words.
What I'm trying to say is we're about to do the wheel, and I'm a little, but it's not like nervous, but I'm a little like, ooh, what's it gonna be?
Okay.
Like what word am I trying to think of? It's not
Anxious?
apprehensive. It's not quite anxious.
Yeah.
Anyways, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Let's spin the wheel and see what we get. Oh my god. Sour?
I'm pretty sure that's sour. Sour is orange.
Oh. Again? Do we have another thing? Because the sour thing
Wasn't sour.
last week was not that sour, but we have other sour things, right? A variety. This is like, I wasn't prepared to get sour again.
I wasn't.
Honestly, the sour thing last week was kind of good.
We should have something else, but I don't see. Oh my god.
He just pulled out those expired mushrooms that almost killed us a couple months ago.
No, I don't. Okay, let's spin again.
We don't have anything sour?
No,
Des,
I thought we had several
you're the
things.
sour
I
patrol.
thought we had several things.
I thought we did too. I didn't move anything. Maybe you want to look again, or should we just spin again?
Oh, spin.
We'll figure it out. Wow, look at this.
Sour.
Technical difficulties already. Spicy. Look, you see what you did?
Look,
You see?
Why'd you spin?
You spin that. No, we can't. We can't keep spinning. No, sour is better than spicy. Shit. Des. Yo, this one? It's no joke.
Which spicy are we going with?
Are we not doing the bomb?
I'm sorry, what?
The hot sauce?
Oh, you said the bomb.
It's called the bomb.
Oh, is it?
No, not that. Those are chips.
I know.
Des, get the sauce. Get it together. And honestly, I'm gonna need you to handle it because it's one of those things where like you can't like touch your eyes after. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like, is it burning through the bubble wrap?
No, it's not. Just don't touch your eyes after.
I probably will.
Open the bag of
Why?
chips and we'll each grab one and then.
Why?
Because somebody didn't come prepared. It smells bad?
I don't. Look, I'm sweating from smelling it.
You sweat from anything. Still got you gotta peel off the safety seal.
I know.
And then oh god. Okay. Well, what do you mean why did I have
the
to
safety seal is on it and I'm still smelling it.
I know, that's crazy. Sorry about the bag ASMR, y'all.
They like that shit.
I don't know.
Admit it, you like that shit. Joe, the chip is not gonna help.
Well, I don't want just hot sauce.
How are we doing this? Like,
Oh, these expired a month ago.
that's okay.
No, I smelt it because they smell expired.
Smells like something I'd still eat with some cheese on it.
Well, you want just a little dab, Des, not like just a bloop bloop on each. Not a bloop, a blip, a bleep, a. Enough.
No.
That's yours.
Joe, no. Can I get another chip? Joe, you know that was an accident. Joe, no.
So for those of you who are listening or just couldn't see, there's one drop on the first chip, but he did 2 drops on the second one.
It was an accident.
Okay, I feel like you want me to take a little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I can't even pick it up. I'm so scared.
You're purposely pushing it. Oh, no.
No, you're doing great. Joe.
I took some.
And then gave it back.
But I took some.
Oh, my God. No.
Are we being babies?
No. What are you supposed to... After you eat something hot, what are you supposed to drink?
Milk. Because water only makes it worse. And guess who doesn't have milk? Us.
I know. I saw the apple juice in the water.
Oh, there's a... I got a whiff. Yeah, so the hot sauce is the Da Bomb hot sauce. It was made famous. For a long time, it was the hottest one on Hot Ones. You know that show where people eat like spicy wings and they answer questions? It's no longer their spiciest, but it's definitely on the top end of the spectrum. All right, without further ado, we spun the wheel, we fucked around, we found out. Cheers. Oh my God, it's already hot. It's already hot. Wow. My tongue is wow. The fact that Des isn't speaking. Wow, that little drop. This stuff is no joke. Yeah, eat more chips if you need. Wow.
I can't even talk.
You want some ranch soda to wash it down? You actually want one? It might make it worse, though.
Exactly, not ranch.
Well, they're all bad.
No, the chips are actually great.
They're helping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I guess it's better than...
Nothing? Okay. So for me, I thought I had a game plan, which was, saw how I fold the chip in half.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, I put the chip on my tongue and fold it in half. And I'm like, if I chew on my teeth and not with my tongue, because taste buds are on your tongue.
Yeah?
So I didn't really feel it at first because it wasn't touching my tongue. I'm like, Des, you're not a bitch. Des, you're not a bitch. That's all I was thinking in my head. You're not a bitch. As soon as I swallowed that bad boy, all thoughts expired. I'm a bitch. Oh. Wowzers.
All I'm thinking is...
That one drop.
They toss the wings in it.
That's crazy. And people eat this.
I'm sure they're like still lightheaded with it, but...
Nah, they're not. No, they are not.
Yo, and this is not even their hottest. Y'all, give us a second. Oh my God.
The bomb.
I'm dying. Yeah, let's not get spicy again, yeah? Thanks.
Oh, the bomb.
You know what's funny though? I think I might have rather this than those mushrooms.
No, 100% this.
Isn't that
I'd
wild?
rather the jelly beans than this though.
Yeah. So those were hot, but this is like, it's my tongue, it's the roof of my mouth, and it's like here, like in my throat.
It's sitting on the tip of my tongue, which is crazy because that's what I was trying to avoid.
No, it's not on the tip because I put the whole chip in my mouth and then close my mouth.
Jesus Christ.
It's not at the tip of my tongue. It's everywhere else, from the middle to the back. Oh my God. Okay, well. The show must go on.
Sorry. Oh my God, these chips are helping so much.
Yeah, it's definitely getting way better with the chips.
Yeah, so congratulations to Caden, oldest son, graduated grade 8, going into high school. I looked him dead in his eye, and I said, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. And he was like, why? And I told him, I
For
said,
him to be in high school? Why?
I told him because high school is where you think you know who you are, but you have no idea who you are. So I want to see who he thinks he is. Because in elementary school, primary school, grade school, whatever you want to call it, you're just being you. You're being a kid. When you reach your teenage years, you feel like you're somebody. So I want to see who he thinks he is. Right now, he's taking summer school. It's not because he failed anything. It's to get a credit early.
Nice.
And he has the highest mark in his class, so good for him.
Nice. We love that.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. However, I recently had a conversation with him, and first I asked him about his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and he said it's complicated. So I let it go. So one day, she came by the house. We're all in the living room chilling. So I say to her,
the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend
Yeah,
came by the house.
yeah.
Okay.
So I say to her, I'm like, are you and my son dating? And she looks at me and she says, it's complicated. I said, you're 14, 15. There's nothing complicated. And she's like, no, you don't understand. It's just, it's just complicated. And I'm like, you could be anywhere in the world right now and you're literally with him.
Well, I don't know, anywhere in the world.
Well, I just mean like,
Yeah.
you know, like you're here. What's complicated? So she's just like, you wouldn't understand. I said, listen, here's what's going to happen. Oh, by the way, this whole time he's like, oh my God, can we not have this conversation? Blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, it was just it's better, but I still feel it.
Oh, I'm just sweating. So he's like, can we not have this conversation? Blah, blah. And she was like, no, like, you know, I like talking to your dad. Like, you know, it's interesting. So I was telling her, I said, what's going to happen is you're going to grade 10 and he's starting grade 9. He doesn't look like he's in grade 9 because he's about 5'11". You know, he's athletically built. He's athletic. He's not an ugly kid. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So I'm like, girls are going to be attracted to him. And if you're telling him it's complicated and that you guys are just friends, when these girls start to talk to him, and these are going to be grade 10, grade 11, maybe even grade 12 girls, you don't even know.
I hope not.
Oh, it will be.
That's gross.
Why is that gross? They're all underage. Why is that gross? So
No,
anyway.
some depending on when your birthday is, you can be 18.
But because
12th
you're in
grade.
school, it's okay. Legally, actually. Yeah. I learned about it a couple years ago.
I wouldn't want my 14-year-old fucking around with an 18-year-old. I'm just saying.
No, neither would his mom. So I was like, you know, girls are going to be attracted to him. And then, you know, let's say he finds interest in one of them. You're going to be upset. But you're not going to admit why you're upset. You're just going to give him like a cold shoulder kind of
You're saying
thing.
all this to a little 15-year-old girl?
Dead in her face. And I'm telling her exactly what always happens when people are like, we're just friends. And they don't actually mean it.
Basically you're saying don't friend zone him unless you want to.
Exactly. Unless you're okay with being actual friends. Because you're at my house right now. Did you go to your other friend's house this summer? Did you do this summer? And she's just like, no, me and Kaden are different kind of friends. Exactly my point. That's not friends. Like, that's not what a friendship generally is. So we're having that discussion and I'm just saying all these things. So then, because Kaden was leaving and she was like, no, stay. So he's like, okay, fine. So he looks at her.
Kaden was leaving.
He was like going upstairs to his room. He's like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Okay.
And
Is he allowed to have girls in his room?
no.
Oh, so he was just like leaving you?
We're
guys?
in the living room. Yeah, he was going upstairs. He was like, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
So she's like, no, stay. So he turns around. He's like, okay. And he sits down and he looks at her and he's like, why aren't we dating?
Ooh.
And she's just like, well, you already know it's complicated. He's like, no, it's not complicated. Just say because of you. And I'm like, oh! Now I'm sitting there silently like, let me get the tea. And
I'm like,
he's
keep
just going in. He's like, we're not dating because you said this, because you said that, because of da 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 da. So don't say it's complicated when it's not complicated at all. Blah, 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 blah. Because he's right. Because then what? Then you're gonna.
That's our boy. That's our boy.
Then you're gonna ghost me, and after you ghost me, I'm not gonna care, and then you're gonna be mad because I don't care. Make it make sense. It's not making sense. So you want to have the conversation? Let's have the conversation.
He went off,
and I'm sitting there like, that's my boy. Yes.
Oh my god.
But not in like a mean way. In like a, you want to have this dumbass conversation knowing that you don't want to have this conversation. So let's have this conversation then. Let's be dumb. So she's just like, And he's like, so what is this? Are we dating or are we not dating? I don't understand. And she's like, well, I guess, well, you guess what? It's either a yes or a no. And I'm like, yeah!
So what was the verdict?
The verdict was yes, but I feel like they were just saying, I found out they lied. When they broke up last year because she was going to high school and he was still in grade 8, and they're like, it's not going to blah, blah. No, that's not the reason why.
Why?
That's just what they told everybody.
What was the reason?
The reason why was because, like, it didn't feel like they were in a relationship.
Okay.
Like, not only was he super busy,
Do
but
they
like,
know what a relationship is at that age?
Obviously not if it's complicated. Yeah. So... I told them, like, I'm not telling you guys to be together. I'm just saying be honest about how you feel. If you're actually friends, then be actually friends. Mm-hmm. Don't do the cute stuff. Don't, like, that doesn't make sense. That's giving mixed signals. And one of you guys are going to get hurt from that, which is going to be her. So it was I enjoyed that conversation a lot. To answer your last question, is he allowed to have girls in his room? Officially, no. Because we both decided as two parents that that's not allowed. And it will not be happening under our roof under any circumstance. However, if I'm sleeping.
Which you are most of the time.
And I cannot monitor.
Des.
What?
Do better.
Why?
He is 14.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying. He can use a little supervision.
You didn't have boys in your room at 14?
No.
Really?
I didn't even know any boys at 14.
To me, okay.
No.
Personally, to me, it's not a big deal because, like, do I think they're doing anything crazy? No, for sure. But obviously they could be and I not know.
You didn't know the real reason why they broke up? They've been hiding things from you before. Maybe they're hiding something else.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I don't expect them to tell me everything.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I feel weird restricting you to the living room. I feel like if I'm him, we're just gonna go outside for a walk. Like, I don't want to sit in the living room. Like, that's... Well... Like, I'll be in the living room a bit, but, like, I don't want to just stay in the living room.
Right. No one said restrict to the living room. Y'all can go to the kitchen, the dining room, wherever.
Oh, my God. Just not your room.
Just not... Or what people do is, like, no closed doors.
Yeah, the door's not closed.
But your eyes are... So it doesn't
I only know
matter.
because one day his mom came by and she was... The first thing she does when she gets home, when she gets to the house, she's screaming like, "Hi, Kaden." And she didn't hear him, but she knew that the girl was coming over. Kaden? No answer. Up the stairs. No, you guys need to be downstairs in the living room. You're not allowed to be upstairs in your room. And then came down. Des, did you know that they're upstairs? They're what? No.
No way.
He wouldn't.
I am so disappointed in you, son.
How dare you?
You know better.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, pal. Champ.
We know better for next time. But yeah, I want to see his high school life. Like, I'm excited because we're very similar and he doesn't know this. And I want
you tell him.
Yeah, but he doesn't know.
What did he say to you when you said that? Something about, like, being his own person.
Oh, I told him that he's exactly like he is me, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I'm my own person, blah, blah, blah. And he said that when he was like 8 years old or something. Since that day, I was like, you know what?
This kid.
You know what I'm saying?
Kid.
You're right. Because my mom used to tell me I'm like my dad and I used to get in my feelings and go cry.
Well.
But like, he was just like, no, I'm not. Like, I am Caden. I am my own person, blah, blah, blah. And I was very happy with that answer. But he is me. Please.
Anyways.
Oh, and we got second in cities for shot put. By we, I mean he.
Yeah, it's like
He
are you
lost
part
by
of a league or something?
0.02 centimeters.
I was never good at shot put.
But you could run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the upper body was never there.
It was not it.
The lower body, yeah. Upper body?
Yeah, it happens.
We don't know each other. I don't know her. She don't know me.
You don't need to. Not missing much.
Like, I was that kid, like, I wasn't even that good on, like, the monkey bars. I couldn't even hold on from one end to the other.
Oh, my God.
Like, and if I did, it was, like, an accomplishment. Like, it was not.
Like, look at me, everybody. I did it.
No, not even look at me, because then I don't want you to see how, like, my arms are like noodles after.
Jesus Christ.
It was, like a personal victory.
Oodles and noodles, huh?
Yeah, but, like, climbing, running, jumping, all of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
I miss that stuff.
I miss, like track and field day was always very fun. You got to do a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think because especially back in elementary school, I was a little more of like a tomboy. So like even the things that I wasn't good at, I was still good, or at least better than a lot of my peers. Like I said, shot put, I remember coming 5th. And like to me, I might as well be in first because I never was strong. I didn't even want to do it, and I was just like, yeah,
good for you.
Whoop. And I was like 5th because I was up against some big bitches, like they strong, and I was not. And yeah.
I think Caden got a 5th or a 6th and gave it away.
Well, no, if it was for track, a 5th place, no,
that's as good as not giving me
but
a ribbon.
for field, I'm gonna take the 5th and be happy.
Fair enough. Yeah, when I was on my trip, he had his semifinals.
Your trip to Africa?
Yeah.
And did you just say Africa, or did you give them a
I literally
country
just said Africa.
when you were
I just
lying?
said I'm in Africa. I took a picture because I was by the beach at the time. Took a picture of the beach and the water and sent it.
Surprised you didn't like go to like a gift shop and get like a
a little
like a zebra or something. Look, Kaden, I'm in Africa.
Yeah, no, I just.
Where in Africa, Daddy?
Felt bad.
What do you mean, where in Africa? Just
It's
in Africa.
I'm traveling around. Come on.
The ignorance.
Yep. He's a smart kid.
I propose that we do a little something that we haven't done in a while.
Striptease.
All right, go for it. Boom. Boom. Doo, doo.
You look like you're more ready than I am.
No, I'm the music. Come on.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa. When did that happen?
Do it. What? Ride it. Oh, yeah, I thought you took it apart. I saw it there, but
I don't remember doing that.
You don't remember doing a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true.
No, guilty or not guilty is what I'm talking about.
Oh.
But
we can do that.
If you want to do the striptease.
No, we can do guilty or not guilty.
My pony.
I went to a slow jam party.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
When?
Last week, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
That sounds like it could be nice. It could be cute.
It was me and girlfriend went.
Well, yeah.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
I hope you didn't go to a slow jam party by yourself. In your day, maybe.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
It's not my day anymore.
It hasn't been your day for a long time.
It's not my day.
But yeah, so we'll be playing guilty or not guilty.
Gavel. Mm-hmm. Not javel.
What's a javel?
Javelin. Oh, gauntlet. That's what you were calling it. A gauntlet. Remember when we first started and you're like, what is this again? And we had to Google it.
I called it a gauntlet?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Get out of here.
I don't recall.
Get out of here.
So break it down to the people. How guilty or not guilty is played.
So we will be going through a list of news stories, situations, and we will decide whether the victim, the person,
the subject.
Oh, that seems mean. It's like
better than victim. They're not all victims. Some are.
Yeah, most are. We will decide if they're guilty or not guilty of just
whatever it is that they're being accused
pure idiotness.
I mean, so you don't know the show. well, I don't think you do, but you've heard of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You've heard of the Real Housewives franchise.
Yes, I have.
So, Nene Leakes from the Real Housewives of Atlanta is she's like one of the breakout stars from the whole Real Housewives franchise.
Okay.
She's not actively on the show anymore, but like, she made that franchise.
Okay.
Like, she has 2 sons. They're both adults. One is for sure at least in his 30s, like probably like mid to late 30s. And then her other son is probably like early 20s, right? Her son, what's his name? Bryce. Oh, Bryce and Brent. That's what it is. So Bryce is the older one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a couple weeks ago, Bryce was, I don't even think he was driving. I was going to say pulled over, but he was spotted and charged by the police. He was charged with loitering because it was like 1 a.m. But he had some drug charges because he had fentanyl on him. And he was just like, clearly it looked like he was on drugs and yada, yada, yada. Not great. But that's not what we are debating here, because that you can't refute the evidence. What he did when the officer said, "What is your name?" Keep in mind, he said his brother's name. His name is Bryce Leakes. He said, "My name is Brent Leakes." He gave his little brother's name. Now, it's stupid because they're also like very, like, especially in Atlanta, like they're notable people. So it's like,
where'd you think this was going to go, buddy?
Yeah. So he was also charged with that, like misrepresenting himself and fraud and blah, 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 blah. But people, I feel like for the most part, people are just like, what the hell you do to your brother? But then some people are like, oh, well, brothers should be able to have one another's back and blah, blah, blah. Although I can't have your back if I don't know I have your back, But so I want to ask you, do you think that Bryce is guilty or not guilty of being a bad brother?
Guilty.
I agree. Definitely guilty.
If it was something simple, like something at school or whatever, fine, I get it,
But these are serious charges.
Literally.
Fentanyl.
You're running from your charges and giving it to your little brother who probably doesn't do these things.
Last year, that poor boy, that young boy had like a heart attack and was like in the hospital.
It's crazy.
Their father passed away like 2 years ago from cancer. Like, how you gonna give this poor kid a harder time than he needs to? You're supposed to be his big brother, Look out for him. That's like you using your little brother's name when you're in trouble. You wouldn't. maybe your middle brother. You wouldn't do it to the little one.
Oh, that's it. Okay, speaking of brother. Okay, I guess we can do this. Guilty or not guilty. Okay, so this is real life, though. Well, so is that, technically.
They're all...
Yeah.
But you mean this is your
this
real
is
life?
Yeah. Okay, so my brother asked me, how come me and my mom aren't speaking, right? And I tell him the exact reason why. So he goes,
Which brother is this?
The middle one.
Okay.
So he goes, that's our mom, blah, blah, blah. Anything can happen at any point in time. You don't want this to blah, blah. Now, coming from him, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh, thanks. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind. But I don't really give a fuck. So I go to drop baby off to my mom's house.
Who?
The baby.
Who?
My youngest son.
What's his name? Say the child's name.
The baby.
You need to go to therapy. Say the kid's name.
His name is the baby.
Y'all already know why Des won't say his name. Des is jealous.
So then...
Jealous of someone in diapers.
When he doesn't take them off.
You don't want to be in diapers either. Good.
Or socks. It's crazy.
I can't relate with that.
So I go to the house. I just get there, pull up behind my mom's van, which is parked at the side. As I'm pulling up, I see my brother in front of her trying to talk to her. I don't know what they're saying, but I know he's talking to her. And she looks like she's ignoring him because she was walking left. Now she's walking right. So now my brother's following her and he's still going. So I kind of wind down the window and and all I hear is, "Mom, can you just stop?" And then she says,
You're about to say the name.
Yeah. She says, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, da 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 da. And he was like, can you just listen? And then she lifts her hand and goes whoosh in his head. And he gets
for the people who are listening to audio only, what's a whoosh-kum?
Oh, she like pushes him in the head, but damn near slaps him. And he like tenses up. So now I get out the car. This is all happening in like boom, 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 boom. Like I'm saying it slowly, but it's all like.
And this is outside.
This is outside.
So we don't want the neighbors to see this.
This is in the front.
No.
So
Take it to the backyard at
when
least.
she goes wookum in his head.
Oh, it's a wokukukum now. Because it was a washum
No,
first.
it's a wokukum. Because it was like his head like transformed. So after she does that, like I open the door and I get out the car because he now like tenses up. And I grab him and I'm like, yo, just chill, blah, blah, blah. So she now takes that opportunity to walk and go to the driver's side while she's still cussing to the air, obviously. And he's just like, Des, go talk to her. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, yo, leave her alone, blah, blah, blah. And then she drives off. I don't care after that. The argument was about me and her not talking and him asking her to just apologize.
Oh.
Now, after that, I spoke to him.
Your brother has always had like such a special place in my heart, and I couldn't even like tell you why.
Nobody could.
No, but like he's, we've spoken about it on the podcast, but he's like such a good, nice,
genuine,
pure-hearted kid. Both of your brothers are. I told you, you're the littlest one, who is not a little, but the littlest. The conversation I had with him like over Christmas, I'm just like, who is this young man? He was so sweet. One of your
it's because they haven't had sex yet.
One of your little friends came over and was just talking to me about normal stuff. But your brother came over. Is he bothering you? I'm like, no, it's fine. He was so sweet. I'm like, I remember when you were like this before his voice dropped. Like, what? He's so sweet. But like both of your brothers. And I think that is very sweet that he cares about both of you guys so much that he's trying to
that's nice.
Build that bridge.
I told him to mind his business.
No.
Well, I didn't say it like
his
that.
His intentions are good, but I get what you're saying. You're like, don't get into it.
Yeah.
And look at him now getting into it with his mom because of that. Yeah.
So, is he guilty or not guilty of butting into places he doesn't need to?
Not guilty.
That's crazy.
Not guilty.
This feels biased.
Because you know what? His intentions were good.
It's not about your intention.
Fine, guilty, but with no intent.
Okay. There we go. I'll take that one.
So he'll just get a fine, like no charges, no jail time, no jail time.
Yeah. This is your first.
No record.
Yeah.
We just give a little
community
$350
service.
fine.
Something.
No, not even service. Just pay the little fine and go.
Okay,
please.
fine.
He suffered enough, Des. He was wookukukum. Come on.
I saw it in his face. He was like, he was going through a lot because I brought the baby inside, said hi to my grandma, who was just sitting at the table like, because obviously this started from inside.
Yeah.
And then my mom's boyfriend was at the door, but when he saw me, he just went right back inside and went right back to his room and chilling. So then, so after I was leaving, my brother was outside and he was smoking. And I'm like, I was walking by. I'm like, it's not good to smoke while you're stressed.
He smokes?
Yeah. Not cigarettes.
No, I figured.
Oh, yeah. He's been smoking.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's not good to smoke while you're stressed. And he's just like, I'm like, oh, you're hot. It's okay. Your mom, oh.
Your mom, as if it's not the same mom.
We don't react the same. That's why. They take everything she does to heart, please. I don't care. Zero.
You guys react differently, but why you try to make people feel like you don't have feelings?
I do. I just don't care.
You don't handle your feelings. It's not that you handle them poorly.
No,
because I wouldn't say that, but I also wouldn't say you handle them well. You're kind of a let it roll off my back or sweep it under the rug. But like your rug is like that. But you're you're like out of sight, out of mind. It's all under the rug.
Well, I told everybody it's because I don't want to say anything bad to her, and I don't have anything nice to say if we talk about it. And she will feel bad and she will cry. And I don't want her to feel bad because what I say will probably haunt her for the rest of her life.
What would you say?
You chose him over me. Period. You know what made matters worse? She told the baby's mom that if the baby's mom had told her not to go, she wouldn't have gone. She wouldn't have brought the baby? Oh.
I don't think that would make her cry. I think
No.
You can.
I know my mom. Ball.
Okay. This I might be the guilty one here. Sometimes you got to make. I was gonna say make bitches cry. Not your mom.
No, because then I would just never speak to her again.
No, but here's the thing: if you expressing your feelings and your needs make someone else cry, then let her cry. But like, it'll be a conversation at least.
No, it won't be, because I don't care what you have to say, because there's nothing you can say to make this a conversation.
So what if she just came straight up with like a I'm sorry?
Then we can move on. But you're not going to, because I know you. You're my mother. I know you.
Okay, so then
you don't know how to take accountability. Duh.
So what are we doing here? We're just in limbo?
In limbo? What?
And also, sorry guys, if you don't know the incident we're referring to, it was a couple episodes ago.
Maybe 4.
No, not that many.
Yeah.
Because we had little hiatus.
Yeah, so 3 or 4 episodes ago.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Or
Hold
maybe
on.
2, actually.
I think it was like 2. It was,
2:14.
Yeah, 2:14. Literally 2 episodes ago. So Des opened up a lot in that episode. And if you're curious for more context as to why he's not speaking to his mom, then go back and listen. I would say it's worth a listen for sure. Especially because it shows a nice little different side of Des. But yeah, there was an altercation, a little bit disrespect. Well, depends on who you ask.
No, anybody I've spoken to about this is like,
no, not her. She wouldn't say it's disrespect.
Well, technically,
neither would
you admitted it was,
daddy, no.
but you admitted it was by saying that if the mother told you not to go, you wouldn't have brought him.
Yeah.
So you know what you're doing. Got it. Cool. Now I know where we stand. We're good.
Do you feel like she's guilty or not guilty?
Of what?
Disrespecting her oldest firstborn son.
Lock her up. Why'd
you knock on it like a door?
What's the maximum penalty?
For not being a parent who listens to your child's feelings? Retirement home.
Retirement home.
We putting you in a home. I don't know. Oh, you mean like an actual sentence?
Can I just like leave her in the house by herself?
Oh, because you don't want to pay for a retirement home?
I don't want them to call me and be like, "Hey, your mother." No.
No, but someone has to pay for the house too. I think the house is going to be cheap. More
Whose name is it in? Thank you. Leave her at home. Take her away.
Lock her up and throw away the key.
Huh? Disintegrate the key.
But I think your brother had good intentions. He was being very sweet. It backfired on him.
It did.
You know what? And that's the common thing, because I've been that person before, where you try to bridge a gap between two people that you care about.
And it backfired. Just mind your business.
And you're like, oh, right? Well, just fuck me then.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that's how he felt. And I know at first it was probably frustrating for him. But once she did the head shub, I know that really got to him.
Now it's a shub. First it's a wapow, then it's a waka cacao, now it's a shub, next it's gonna be a whoop diddy scoop. Like, what is going on?
It was a lot. It was funny to see though. As she was getting into the car, she was calling, "Oh, I took care of this boy for 29 years." I'm like, "Oh man, if you don't shut up."
Oh, she's cussing you.
She was cussing out loud, but
about you.
That's how I knew the argument was about me. Yeah. Like, I don't care. And then she didn't go home for that weekend. She stayed at my aunt's house. And I'm like, I don't even live there. Like, you're so dumb. Like, just go to your own house.
Well, it's not about you. She probably didn't want to see.
She didn't want to see nobody, because everybody knows she's wrong, and my grandma's staying out of it for a reason.
Wrong and strong.
Yeah.
Have you talked to grandma about it?
100%.
What does grandma say?
Grandma can't say anything, and she knows that.
No, what does she say to you?
She cannot say anything.
What was her response when you told her what?
She did not say anything because she can't. Because then you will be dragged into it.
But if anyone could get through to her, isn't it her own mother?
Nobody. Nobody knows how difficult.
Have you talked to?
It's like talking to
mom's
me
boyfriend
about the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, because he doesn't care as much as I don't care.
He definitely wouldn't say shit. I know.
Like, everybody knows my mom is
He's
wrong.
the definition. He's just like real chill. Like,
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I certainly won't mind you.
We talked about her not going home for the weekend, and he was just like, I don't understand. It's not that serious. I'm like, I don't know. That's her business. If I lived in the house, I understand. I don't want to see you or your brother. Forget it. He's in the basement.
But I guess like
don't really cross paths.
Knowing how he feels in defense of you.
So did the other one. They had that conversation, and she told the other one to shut up. So he shut up.
Moving on, we got, okay, this is not new news, but we were not around when it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask, Keke Palmer and Usher, you know the situation, right?
Barely.
Really?
Barely.
Okay. I don't know what rock you've been living under. Long story short, because this isn't like brand new news. We just haven't been around. So Keke Palmer went to Vegas with her girls. She just had a baby, I want to say in February. She has her man, blah, blah, blah. She is wearing like a dress, but it's kind of sheer, especially at the bottom. So it's like almost like she's wearing a bodysuit and then like a sheer long piece. So you could see like some booty cheeks. But I think she looks great. A lot of people think she looks great. Some people think it's too much. But her man didn't appreciate. Her and Usher weren't doing anything crazy. His arm was around her. She was singing into the mic. You know, he does that at all his shows, especially with the celebrity women that go to his shows. It's been in the news all the time. But yeah, he went on Twitter and was saying, you know, like, you're a mom. Like, why are you dressed like that? Da 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 da. And then when people were coming at him, he was like, no, I stand by it. Like, I believe in, like, old-fashioned values and yada, yada, yada. And basically, like, I know how I want to conduct myself and how I want my family to be and stuff like that. So I'm standing by it. Well, you know, Twitter ripped him to shreds. He ended up deleting his account or at least deactivating it. But I want to know what you think. Do you think he was guilty or not guilty?
This kind of sounds like Usher tried it with somebody else. I'm trying to get the girl's name. Because while you're talking,
was this after?
This I think. Because like I said,
he does
before.
it. Okay, yeah, no, he does it with not just regular guests. He especially if there's a celebrity in his audience. Like he did it with like Kim Kardashian, Kamora Lee Simmons, Taraji P. Henson,
Winnie Harlow.
Oh, and Winnie
jumped into her man's arms.
It was after.
It was
Winnie
after.
said, "You're not about to catch
me."
me."
And she's not wrong. Yeah. So even if I'm Keke, I understand you're having fun, and I get it. Like to everyone, it's innocent, and it may be innocent. Like whatever, I don't care. Like, but if that is my woman, do I expect? Especially, you know, they obviously have conversations about celebrities and, you know, who's this, and of course you're gonna have those conversations. So who knows? Maybe they had a conversation and Keke mentioned, yeah,
no,
Usher is
act
fine.
Like Keke was like throwing it back on him.
It's not about act like anything, because when certain things are reversed and it's the other way around, there's no remorse.
The problem is, I could get behind, like, because you can't tell people how to conduct their relationship.
Yeah.
What should or shouldn't be okay. I think the problem that majority of people had is, why are you posting this on Twitter rather than speaking to her directly? Like, he brought it to Twitter rather than bringing it to her.
Maybe he brought it to her and she wasn't listening, so he brought it to Twitter.
But still, it's kind of just like,
that's what people use Twitter for, venting, I guess.
It was not cute.
I feel like he's justified. I mean, I wouldn't do the whole Twitter thing because I don't know how to do these things.
Well, I was going to ask, do you think, like, is he guilty or not guilty of mishandling the situation? Again, I'm not going to come at the man for his feelings. Even if I don't agree, you're entitled to your feelings. It's the way he went about it for me. I feel like he's guilty for how he went about it.
If his pattern is Twitter, I would say he's not guilty. Like if we're looking, to my knowledge, it's not. If we're looking at patterns and, like, you know, does he tweet often?
And you want to talk about patterns? He was talking about conducting yourself a certain way now that she's a mom, which first of all is like shaming her. It's like, oh, now that you're this, you can't be anything else. But like, you want to talk about like her outfit or the way she was dressed. He has posted. You know, people are going to bring up the receipts. Not only has he posted himself thirst traps in boxers in front of a mirror taking pictures of himself that he's posted, he's also posted Keke in her bra and underwear that he's posted. She was pregnant, dancing, that went viral, like wearing less than what she was then, but he posted it.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like,
see, that's the thing. It's not about posting. It's about, I'm not with you. If he was with her, he'd have no problem with the outfit for sure.
It's a
but
girls'
I'm not
night.
with you. I don't give a fuck what night it is. It could be your mama's night. I don't give a fuck.
Mama's a girl too. What do you mean? Let her join.
Nah. And to that point, like, I get certain extent, like, because even like when me and girlfriend go out, there's things that she'll wear, and I'm like, no. And she's like, but I'm with you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you're with me or God. You're not wearing that. Like, no.
So you one of those.
I am 100% one of those. 100%.
So you feel like he is not guilty.
I feel like he's not guilty.
And I feel like he's guilty. So what now?
He's able to feel how he feels.
Yes,
he's
but
able to express himself on platforms that are used to express yourself.
Not if you want to be in a relationship with me or not.
Well, maybe they're not together.
No, she posted after.
Exactly.
Sure
so they're
together.
good. So I guess he's good. Everyone just needs to mind their business. Let him vent if he wants to vent.
He brought people into their business.
She brought people into their business by posting all these things.
Absolutely not.
Go talk to Usher. Tell Usher don't post that. Tell Usher take that down.
Usher didn't post it. Other guests at the
Tell them take that down.
You know the internet. Once it's on
all
the internet.
All right then. So she should have thought about that.
He should have thought about that when he was doing the same thing.
When
that he's
Usher's singing.
Of.
Nah, man. He's doing it. Okay. If she had taken a picture or a video by herself having fun, he probably wouldn't have that much of an issue with it. You're not by yourself.
Oh, so you're jealous?
Fuck yeah, if that's what we're calling it, let's
of
call
Usher?
it that. Don't say of Usher like Usher is not Usher. Of Usher? Like, don't do that.
No. I no shade to Usher. What I'm saying is, you are my man. Why are you jealous of Usher?
Please, let's not do
Usher and
that.
Kiki are like co-workers essentially.
And
they're both in
co-workers
the business.
fuck.
Yes, in front of an audience of thousands of
No,
people.
but that's how it starts. With this little Kiki. I just want to get your attention. Like, no. Sit your ass down.
That wasn't the song.
In a
I
chair.
can't remember
I don't know
what
what
song
song.
was.
I just sang it because it was in my head when you said Usher.
Side note, I remember seeing a video like a couple months ago, and it was like it was for Father's Day, and the little girl was like, "Oh, like I'm gonna perform a song for Daddy," and we're like, "Okay." Why is it Daddy's Home by Usher?
Oh, yikes. No, not that one, sweety. Sweetie, not that one.
But you know, for kids,
yeah, it's innocent.
So innocent.
Yeah, no, not that one.
She's like, Daddy's Home. They're like, no. And like, she didn't understand why. Oh
now,
my God. If you guys don't know the song, it's Daddy's Home by Usher. Just, you guys can
you'll understand.
Put together.
Yeah.
If we're saying it's
adult
inappropriate
content.
for kids, it's the other type of daddy, not the father.
No.
Not the papa.
Not Faja.
It's a daddy. Zaddy.
Did you watch Boondocks?
No.
So there's an anime called Boondocks. It's like a black people kind of anime.
Is that considered anime?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because of the drawing.
Yeah, I can see that.
So there was an episode
Didn't know they made
Usher.
anime for Negroes.
They make a lot, actually.
Well, do you see how they depict
Afro
black
Samurai.
people in most animes?
Yeah.
Black as tar, big, bright red, pink lips.
Not all of them. That's just the older ones.
The
newer ones are more up to date.
They hate.
No, they love.
They hate.
They love.
They love your money and your support.
Yeah. So there's an episode on Boondocks where Tom, this black guy, but he acts more white. He's dating a white woman, and they get into an argument at dinner. But Usher happens to be there, and she loses her mind. And
this is in the anime.
This is in the anime. So she loses her mind over Usher. They get into a huge argument about that. Usher damn near becomes his daughter's stepdad. Tom is singing, what song by Usher where he's in the rain? Not Confessions. No, there's some song that Usher has.
Let It Burn.
Let It Burn. Yes. So Tom is making his own music video to Let It Burn. Whatever. To find out that was a true story. So one of the writers of Boondocks, him and his wife were at dinner with a whole bunch of friends, and they got into an altercation at dinner. In comes Usher sitting behind them, and he was like, his wife damn near like turned her chair around to keep staring at Usher at the dinner table when everybody's there. So now they're all leaving. They get up to go. His wife is not behind them. She's at Usher's table chatting to Usher. So she calls everybody over to, like, oh, come meet us, or kind of thing. So they all go over. She's introducing everybody. Okay, this is Joe. This is Harry. This is Tom. This is... And she gets her husband, and she's like, this is Jason. So anyways, obviously that was a crazy car ride home. He said, blah, blah. And he was like, the next day when he went to work, one of the guys...
We've somewhat had this conversation, though. I don't think anything is wrong with introducing your significant other by their name. Nothing is wrong with... You don't always have to say, this is my man, this is my boyfriend,
if
this
you're
is my husband.
speaking to the opposite sex, 1,000%.
No.
Joe, if I see some girl who's been giving me googly eyes all day. Googly eyes.
I'm not talking about that specific scenario, just in general, right? You see me and my man together all night. Even if we're with family, like, I feel like when you are with someone, you guys have a different vibe. So you don't always... I'm not saying you... Des, I'm just saying you don't always have to be like, this is my man. Like,
this is
chill. No
my
one's trying to get with you.
So-and-so. This is my husband, so-and-so.
Sometimes.
This is my wife, Jonel.
Or sometimes, this is Jason.
Take the bus home. Take the bus home. Because Jason's car is full.
Or like, if it's a group of people and I'm just going around saying everybody's names... Why do I have to be like, this is my friend from high school, this is my cousin,
so we're all on the same
my,
relationship then.
We're
all on the same relationship then.
Why do we need to?
So we're all on the same relationship then.
We all have different
relationships. This is Katie, this is John, this is Tom, this is
Jason. I'm just saying it's not necessary. Sometimes it's doing too much.
No. Especially the hesitation. Because he said she even hesitated.
The hesitation is crazy.
No, the whole thing.
No, you can't hesitate.
If I ever went somewhere and my girlfriend is introducing me to a next guy and she says, this is Deswayne.
No, 100%. Because, listen,
I promise you.
If I have friends.
I will be Deswayne for the rest of your life.
They know that I'm dating someone named Jason. When I introduce them, I'm like, this is Jason.
But
you know about Jason.
That's fine. A stranger I'm talking about.
But you're a stranger. I don't care about you. Why do I need to establish...
You don't care. But if it was the opposite sex, all of a sudden the stranger matters.
What do you mean?
If it's a girl giving me googly eyes and ting,
if
if
Jason was introducing me to a stranger, a woman is like, this is Jonel? Hey, bitch, what's going on?
Get out of here. And then when you get in the car, I'm just Jonel, huh?
But she's a stranger. She means nothing to him. Certainly nothing to me. Why am I insecure? That's just very insecure. You seem pressed for no reason.
This is episode 216?
Yeah, make note. It's not going to come back.
Make note, because it will come back. I know it will, Joe.
I said in certain context, if I'm talking to a guy, say you're trying to hit on me, and I'm like, oh, no, sorry, I have a boyfriend, and you still keep trying, and then he walks up, I'll be like, this is my boyfriend, Jason.
Okay, if me and you are at dinner, same scenario, right?
Okay. At dinner, like what?
Actually, let's not do same scenario, because you said that was different, because she hesitated. Let's say we're at a party, right?
Okay.
And... there's this girl that's kind of been looking at me. You've noticed it, but you're just like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. And then you go to the bar, you get a drink, you come back, and me and this girl are having conversation. You're like...
I'm supposed to be threatened by conversation?
And you're like, okay. And you come over, and you're like, I'm like, oh, hey, Joe, this is Sasha Joe.
Nothing is wrong with that.
You're sick.
Are you out of your mind?
If there's some man that's been staring at my gal all night... and they have conversation, that's fine. When I come over and you're like, oh, this is Des? I'll show you Des. All these other gal in here are going to see Des tonight. Best believe that.
You're also the guy who has a problem when your girlfriend refers you as her partner.
How dare you? How dare you? Don't even. To this day, I bring that up all the time.
Oh, God.
You're sick about partner.
I have friends who listen to this podcast, and we always joke whenever we hear, like, oh, partner. We're like, oh, sorry, my man.
Damn straight.
Of you.
Damn straight.
It's like, no. It's not that serious.
Okay, next week, I'm going to do it to her, and we're going to see how she reacts.
No, but I'm saying, like, the scenario you gave me at a party, if you're talking to someone, and you're like, Joe, Katie, Joe, hey, what is wrong with that?
Fine. However, if it's somebody that you've been googling eyes with, no.
First of all, why would you even be engaged in a deep enough conversation that someone needs to come over and interrupt if it's a googly ass situation? If it's not platonic, then what are you doing? You're in a relationship.
Ask all these other people.
My name isn't girlfriend Jonel. It's just Jonel. So I'm cool with being introduced as my name.
I met across the street from me, people rent out the house, whatever. So me, girlfriend, and the baby were outside, and he just ran to this girl. And, like, they were playing, like, not older, like, she's young to us. She's in her early 20s. And they're playing, oh, he's so cute. They're playing, and he keeps going to her. It's okay, cool, whatever. I'm not tripping. So the other day, I had seen her again. Me and my cousin were in the garage. And he's like, oh, Des, somebody waved because I wasn't looking. So I saw her. I waved back.
Even if you were looking, you probably couldn't see it.
And then she was at her kitchen window, and, we're just, oh, hi, how are you, blah, blah. So then she ended up coming outside. Girlfriend is upstairs in the kitchen making food. We're all outside, me, my cousin, his friend, and this girl now. They're sitting on chairs, I'm standing, and we're just talking. And in my head, I'm like, nope. Every chance I get, I mention girlfriend. Girlfriend ended up opening up the window. And I know she's going to say because she was cooking, it was getting hot. Low key, you just wanted to hear her because you saw some girl. I was like, well, whatever. We're not going to say that. So at some points, girlfriend would jump in and say things from the kitchen window. Like, we talked about the fact that I'm like, oh, yeah, like, because the girl, she's like, oh, yeah, she likes to, listen to music and go out and, blah, blah, blah. But she tries to find a balance between school and going out. I'm like, I don't like to go anywhere. And then he doesn't like to do nothing.
God?
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Is that you?
Let me have this. I will let her know. Thank you. And, like, just certain things, like, so for me, like, oh, yeah, girlfriend's upstairs making food. Oh, yeah, girlfriend. Yeah, if they're a stranger, why do they need to know your name? Sarah, this is my girlfriend. This is Sarah. Sarah, this is my girlfriend, Jonel. Jonel, Sarah.
Nothing is wrong with introducing someone as your girlfriend or your boyfriend.
You better fucking
I don't think it's mandatory. And the situations that you provided to me.
You know why? Because you don't understand how men think. If I meet you with somebody else.
And I'm also not insecure.
If I meet you with somebody else, right? And they say, like, and they're like, oh, this is Jonel. Or you introduce a guy and you're like, oh, this is Tom. As soon as I hear this is Tom, oh, that's not your man, I'm flirting.
Okay, and then if I need to shut it down, no.
See, it should have been shut down from the get-go.
No.
Yes, assert yourself immediately.
No, because what you said is after that you start flirting. So I don't feel the need to establish, oh, like this is my man or this is somebody. No.
Should have been established.
No, because that's not what people in secure relationships do.
Hey, man, what they do is they don't go nowhere. They
you
have a ring on
like
their finger.
you needed to say
always
my girlfriend, my girlfriend because of fear.
No.
For repercussions.
Not repercussions, because that is my girlfriend. Yeah. I need you to know that is my girlfriend.
Why do you need her to know? Did she hit on you?
Shit. Don't ask me. Ask girlfriend what she thinks.
I'm asking you what you think.
If you ask me what I think, I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so then you felt the need to establish it.
No, but I would have said it either way. Even if you don't flirt with me, I will... We went to the slow jam party, and there was a guy and a girl dancing and chatting together. They look like together, but I've been peeping. I know you just met the girl and you're trying to talk to her. Anyways, so the four of us ended up speaking, me and him first. And he's like, oh, my name is so-and-so. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm Des. This is my girlfriend, da-da-da-da. And then he introduced me to that girl. And then I was like, oh, yeah, this is my girlfriend, da-da-da. Like, why not?
I didn't say anything is wrong with it. I just don't think it's necessary in all situations.
See, but to me, if it's not necessary, but there's no problem with it, why not?
Because sometimes it's just not necessary. Like, I just don't
see. That's crazy.
Think about it. Like I said, with my friends and stuff, if they know who I'm dating, even if they've never met the person, they've heard about the person.
If it's your friends, to me, that's different because they know. But if it's somebody who's like doesn't know. Like, for example, if it's family that you haven't seen in a long time and you're like, oh, yeah, this is...
Even with family.
This is Des. Oh, yeah. Who's Des? Oh, this is my boyfriend. Why do you just say your boyfriend? This is my boyfriend,
because
Des.
That's who that is.
That's crazy to me.
The same way I would introduce you, this is Des. This is Tom. This is Jason. This is, like...
All three of them you're dating? That's crazy.
No, I'm just introducing
See, look, we don't even know which one you're dating now. Look. Look, now I gotta ask questions.
And then I have no problem.
See, that's too much. That's too much.
First of all, that's the thing. If people can't tell if I'm equally all over all three of you or equally as distant, then that's on me and the person that I'm in a relationship with. But there's nothing wrong with giving more context if context is asked or if it's needed. But I don't think it always has to be a default of like, yeah, this is, you want me to wear your name on my shirt, tattooed on my forehead?
I'm with him.
Yeah, you would love that.
I would love that.
Yeah, I know you would. I believe it.
Yes. I was watching
and it's not necessary.
And I keep bringing it up and she gets upset every time I bring it up, and she let me know this morning like, yo, I'm going to be actually fucking pissed. Caravana. She wanted to play mass in Caravana, which is a carnival. West Indian island vibes kind of thing. And earlier in the year, I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, cool. However, if you're going to play, I'm not comfortable with you wearing just anything. So she showed me outfits that she wanted to wear, costumes. And I'm like, nah, I'm not okay with that. Which that became something. So then she's like, she's not going to play. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So recently, because a lot of carnivals are going on, I've been seeing like certain outfits. And I was watching a video and the girl was, and I turned the phone to her and I'm like, this is what you thought I'd be okay with you wearing to Caravana? And I laughed. And she's like, stop bringing it up. I'm like, yo, you're sick. Sicko.
I'd like to argue that I think you're sick.
No, you can argue it. That's fine. And I'm like, yo, that's fine. If you want to wear that. But I'm not comfortable being like, yeah, my girl's at Caravana. And
so go with her. Brain, you can play too.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
All right.
You're not listening. All right.
Well,
let me sling my dick around and everyone tell me that, that's fine. Okay.
You were doing it for years. Was it different?
Yeah, we weren't together. Thank you. That's the difference.
We're gonna move on because I didn't think Keke Palmer would have us talking this long.
Not guilty. Yep, you forgot about that.
No, I didn't. We didn't come to an agreement.
Did. He's not guilty. I just did.
An agreement. You can.
We agreed that I'm gonna say he's not guilty.
Is Des stupid or not stupid?
Stupid.
Thank you. This next one. You think it's weird to tattoo serial killers on your body?
It depends on why.
You admire them. You like them. Some people have like a fascination. They'll like write letters to people in prison and there's a girl is doing like it's not a sleeve, but like her leg. A leg
just
sleeve.
Serial killers?
Yeah. She had one of Jeffrey Dahmer and it said, if you can't beat him, eat him.
That's funny.
With his face.
That's not funny.
Is she guilty or not guilty? I'm going to let you.
Of what?
Just being insensitive to the victims.
Personally, not guilty.
Why?
We're in 2023. And I feel like this is the issue I had earlier, like a couple years ago, is when we open doors for certain things to be okay, for other things not to be okay is not okay. Somebody tattooed Drake on their forehead. That's stupid.
Yeah, so I agree with you only because I do think it's fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's her body.
Exactly.
And if the tattoo artist was comfortable with it and she's comfortable with it,
people can tattoo
like
blood.
swastikas on them and
you
do
see
all
what
that
I'm
crazy
saying?
stuff.
Exactly.
So it's like, you know what? She's not guilty. I agree with you, but she is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Which one next? Okay. This bride, is she guilty or not guilty? She wanted to charge her wedding guests $1,600 each for their attendance, for their plate to fund the wedding, yada, yada, yada. Instead of, gifts, people say like monetary gifts are preferred. She's like, yeah, monetary, but this specific amount, $1,600 per person. Most, if not all her guests were like, nah, bitch. And they said, we will not be attending. So she had to cancel her wedding, and she's upset at them because she has to cancel her wedding. But most people are like, yo, you're a little delulu. You're a little delusional. Is she guilty or not guilty for being a bridezilla?
I'm iffy about that because depending on what the wedding entailed, I can understand that. For example, I have a friend who's getting married, and the wedding's in Paris. He showed me the venue. It's like a huge castle, all that stuff. People can stay at the castle if you want to stay. It has like 20 or 30 something, whatever the case is. And he was like, yeah, like, of course, gifts, obviously money would be better, but, whatever.
Also, destination weddings, you're not carrying a gift in
Exactly,
your suitcase.
exactly.
You're going to just give money.
So I don't know what her wedding entailed. $1,600 could be a lot, but depending on what the wedding entails, it could be a little bit.
I would say, like, they say the rule of thumb for gifts is usually to compensate for at least your plate. So wedding plates typically can be anywhere from like $80 on the lower end per person to, I would say, like $125 on average. So like per single person, I think if you're giving less than like $150, $200, that's on the low end.
For sure.
If you're a couple, I feel like at least $500.
Fine, yeah.
Right? And I feel like that's a good, but that's for a couple, $500.
Yeah, but we're talking 1,600.
And again,
each.
it depends because, like, if you know the wedding, and the thing is, it's not your job to fund someone's wedding.
No, for sure.
It's a kindness to kind of give them the money and yada yada yada. But I don't know. I feel like she's guilty. No one, if you cannot afford the wedding yourself, don't do it.
Yeah, I feel like I really want to know what the wedding entails. Like,
nothing worth that. Especially if it was like a more or less basic wedding.
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll never know because she had to cancel it.
If you were doing like private jet show and all that stuff, like
private jet show.
I don't know.
Unless you're flying me in via private jet.
But for 1,600, you must have been doing something crazy each.
It.
She's guilty.
Thank you. It's funny. I wrote. Okay, you know what? Before I get to the one that I think you're going to laugh at, Carly Russell.
I don't know who that is.
I was supposed to be like, girl. I don't know why that.
I'm a man. How many times do we have to go over this?
We've actually never had that discussion before.
Yes,
I don't know how
did.
you identify. Why?
When I said I'm not her partner, I'm her man.
You said you're her man, not
I'm still
a
man.
Oh, okay, fine.
Jesus Louises. Who's Carly Russell?
You heard about the girl who went missing a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, but she was black, so I didn't really.
Holy, that.
Okay. Sorry, let me explain.
I have no words. That's
Let me
up.
explain. I didn't look deeper into it because first thing I saw was the whole fakeness behind it.
Oh, you didn't hear about it until
yeah,
the
until
truth came
exactly.
out.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, ugh. Black
she said
people.
that she saw a 911 call. She was on her way home from work.
Mm-hmm.
She saw a baby on the road, like a toddler in diapers. She called 911. So they're like, okay, we're coming. Like, try to get the baby. Don't make sure it doesn't run into the thing. She called her sister-in-law. Yeah, sister-in-law. And her sister-in-law said, like, when the police got there, she was gone. There was no baby, but her car was there. Her cell phone, her wig was there. So
the wig?
The wig does.
Okay.
So they're looking for this woman. 2
Snatched
days later, so this is like Thursday night, Saturday. So it was like, I think 49 hours she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night, she shows up at her parents' door. They take her to the hospital. Police question her once. She says that she was taken by a man with orange hair and a bald spot. They put her into a car and then transferred her into the back of an 18-wheeler. When she somehow managed to escape the 18-wheeler. She said the baby was in there and there was a woman. She didn't see the woman at first. She could only hear her. She escaped the 18-wheeler, ran, but they caught her again, put her in a car, blindfolded her. From the car, Kingsley, stop. From the car, they put her in like some house.
Okay.
They made her strip and she believes they took pictures. She later fell asleep. The woman the next day was like brushing her hair and was feeding her like crackers and stuff before she was able to escape and then make her way to her parents' house. Now, of course, they're investigating, looking for this man, looking for this baby. No babies were reported missing. Nobody saw anything. They have highway footage around the time that she went missing. Nothing seems to be adding up. Also, she worked at a spa. She took certain supplies like toilet paper, robe, all that stuff from work. She stole it. They caught her on the camera the same day. She also stopped at Target and bought some like snacks and crackers and stuff like that. When all her stuff was left in her car, the robe, the toilet paper, the snacks, those were not there. But her cell phone, her wig was there. So it just looks like, oh, sorry, I thought it was a call. It just looked very suspicious. And now she's not talking anymore. She's refusing to talk to police. So while the investigation is still ongoing, it's looking like they've literally said, oh, and to make matters worse, leading up to her mysterious disappearance, she was Googling things like, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? How old do you have to be for an Amber Alert? How to steal money from like a cash register without like getting caught. The girl looked up the movie Taken.
Put her in the same house as my mother.
No, she needs to go to the jailhouse. No, because they got the FBI, everyone looking for her. She got Beyonce's mom talking about find this black woman. Because like black women proportionately don't get as much attention in the press when they go missing as white women. So they were like, no, we need to make this an example.
I saw something like that. That's why I'm like, I don't even want to look into this.
And that's why people are like, yo, what the hell?
Hey, man. It'd be your own people.
Because people really were trying to find this one.
They found
This
her.
one. Never again.
They found her. She was at her mom's.
Well, she showed up to her mom's,
I had
but
some crackers.
who knows where she was. What? I'm trying to...
That's a lot. Wow, I didn't even know all that.
You didn't know?
No. I saw one meme that made me laugh, but it was just a guy pretending to interview her.
Oh.
It was pretty funny.
I haven't seen that.
It was pretty funny.
So for this last one, it's a video. Because for the guilty or not guilty, I just wrote Jamaicans.
Okay.
I'm going to show you the video. You can watch it. Everyone watching at home, you guys can watch it too. If you're listening, it's more than enough. You'll get it. This is a man doing street interviews with Jamaicans.
Spell the word aisle for me.
Ooh, aisle. Oil or aisle?
Aisle. Like when you go in a supermarket, the aisle.
A-L-A-Y.
A-L-A-Y. Aisle. Okay. Right. Spell the word could for me.
What?
Could. Like I could do that.
Well, that start with K. K. Y. C. H. I. N. E.
All right. I'm good choice. Okay? I'm good choice. If you are at a dinner table and your friends say they're feeling claustrophobic, how would you react?
Repeat.
If you're at a dinner table and your friend tell you he's feeling claustrophobic, how would you react?
Your food no good.
The food no good?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. How much nostrils do you have on your body altogether?
One.
One nostril. All right. How much nostrils you have on your body altogether?
The nostril.
Take a try now, you got to guess. How much nostrils you have?
5.
5 nostrils. Ah. All right. If H-I spell high, spell story for me.
Story. S-T-R.
No, you're too young. You're too young
So
to
when
be
you put
this
them together,
triple.
we spell. Storage. Okay.
No. Are they guilty or not guilty of embarrassing?
I have a soft spot for this, so I can't be
What's
the
the
one
verdict?
to choose.
You can't be the one to choose? Lock them up with Dez's mom and Carly Russell.
I have a soft spot for this. Only because like me and grandma were talking one time and we were talking about like education and stuff, and she was telling me like she stopped going to school from like she was 10 years old, and
It is common in certain countries. My problem is
the young guy was my problem.
Jamaicans will never admit that they don't know something.
Why would you do that?
They will just bullshit. I wasn't say their way to the top, but
You
they don't know which way the top is.
Tell me the guess. Try.
And
okay.
Education system is one thing. How many nostrils do you have?
He doesn't even know what a nostril is, Joe. He only knows he has his nose. Nobody ever said clean the boogie out your nostril. They say clean out your nose. He doesn't know what a nostril is.
What do they call
and
it?
the next man
What do you
Thought
call
his
it then?
nostril is his whole nose.
Man said 1. Next man
Said
said
5.
They are guilty as
This guy
sin.
couldn't spell could.
That was, I think from he said K, your
But
face was like,
yeah. I'm looking at the words at the bottom like, no. He really put the H in there. Oh boy.
I think there was a Y in there too.
And it was crazy. Not surprised.
But yes, all right, everyone that has been guilty or not guilty.
I thought you were gonna hit it one more time.
Boop, boop. Let's end off with the question of the day.
Oh no, I have one.
What, a guilty or not guilty?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, we need the gavel?
Yeah.
Then? Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're 12 years old. You go to the park. Your family's over, cousins, siblings. You guys go to the park. Let's say age range from 8 to 15.
Okay.
You go to the park, and one of your cousins gets into an altercation with another girl at the park.
Okay.
You're just watching, just there, and the girl throws acid on you.
Where was this? London?
No, it was in the U.S. I don't remember exactly
Sorry,
where.
the UK, they love throwing acid.
Where did they get this from? They just make acid? Sugar and spice and things not nice?
I guess they make it. That's a good question. But like
'Cause
even
for
certain
this
cleaning products
child-
can be. Wait, the 12-year-old is the one that threw it?
No, she got the acid on her by another like 11 to 15-year-old girl. Like another child.
I don't know where they get it
And,
from.
like,
You gotta ask them. Don't ask
The
me. You're not
mom
throwing acid
the
on
mom
people
said
here.
something that kind of like indifference of feelings for me. Whatever. She said that pretty much the girl got tried for, causing bodily harm and blah blah blah, certain charges, whatever. And the mom was like, she hopes the little girl who threw the acid at her daughter gets what she deserves because everybody gets what they deserve. And I'm like, that means your daughter deserved to get acid dashed on her, as far as I'm concerned.
I
with
think
what
she
you're
means
saying.
like karma. Like in the end, you'll get what you deserve. Not.
To me, that reminds me of those parents who are like, no, not my child. My child would never. And I was like, you're like, oh, but your child did. He did murder them. So to me, it's like, yeah, I understand you feel like your daughter's innocent, but maybe that was your daughter's karma for some next shit you don't know about.
But they say with karma, like karma can come back to, like if you do something, the karma comes back to your children.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah.
the girl really. What could a 12-year-old do that's that bad? First of all, what could anyone do to justify that? That is cruel as fuck.
Touch my son in inappropriate ways.
No, because then you just deserve death. Well, torture
Slow
first.
acid
Yeah.
death.
Okay, fine.
Okay. And that's why I don't have a daughter.
Did the 12-year-old girl touch your son? Well, not that 12-year-old girl. And not that son either. Not the little one, the big one.
Yeah, the big one. Okay.
Because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole other.
Yeah, that's a whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We gotta
Okay.
let it be known.
So is the acid thrower?
Don't ask me. How dare you ask me that question?
Maybe
Put
she had
that-
probable cause.
Bitch, right in the cell along with everyone else.
Okay, now we can do question of the day.
Okay. What parts of yourself do you see in me? What?
This dick.
You know, when you started laughing, I'm like, that couldn't be. It
Because
couldn't
what
be.
you started with, you took long. So you're like, what parts of yourself? And immediately I thought penis. Because I'm like, what parts of yourself do you like the most? Like, I thought that's where this was going. So when you said, could you see
And
in
first
me?
of
I was
all,
like,
if that's the part of yourself you like the most, we gotta talk.
why?
You don't like your brain, your heart,
No.
your beady little eyes,
No.
nothing?
Do I see myself in you?
Yeah, I can tell you. I can answer first. I think we have the same.
Sorry, before you answer, don't answer.
What?
What is one of the What is one of the best, if not the best, moments we've had together?
I don't know.
Like, if you had to pick like one moment, and you're like,
I know what you're thinking about, but why?
What do you?
You're thinking about the food in the bed.
So I was having a conversation with girlfriend this morning, and I was like, oh my God, like one of the best moments me and Joe had. And she was like, wow, if that's one of the best moments you had with her, then, you know, maybe you guys didn't have that good of moments, or maybe you're not remembering things. And I'm like, no,
Sometimes
Joe would say the same thing.
The simple things.
That's what I was telling her. She's like, Dad. So you're stupid.
No, I think sometimes when you explain, you know, sometimes it's like one of those, like, you had to be there.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Because you explain it to someone, you're like, okay.
I was even telling her about like the iPod and the picking music thing, like playing 0.02
It was just
seconds.
stupid.
Yeah.
We were being fat.
Yep.
I'm sure there were pure crumbs in the bed.
Pure.
Just music, laughter, chilling.
Yep. And eating
I'm pretty
till
sure it was like
you...
wings and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm like, we were eating till we were delusional.
Like eating so much that we were like, we should stop. It was
Yeah,
like another one. Yeah.
Okay,
It was,
go.
But like you tell people that, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, she was just like, that's one of the best moments. And I'm like, you had to be there. Like, you just don't get it. Never mind.
No, I was gonna say that the part of you that I see in me is the
part of...
like, what parts of you do you see in me?
You're supposed to say what parts of me, what parts of you do you see in me?
I'm asking you. So, what parts of yourself do you see in me? So, what I see.
Oh, you're answering for me.
No, I'm answering for myself.
Oh, okay.
What parts of me do I? I'm saying we're the same in this way. So you and me and you, doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's the fact that I feel like we both really enjoy our like alone time, and sometimes just get very, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but it's just like I really just don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to do anything. And when you get like that, I'm always going to be like, Des, come on. But I still get it because I'm like that a lot. I think I just push myself out of my comfort zone more than you.
Way more.
Because I know like you can't just be a hermit,
more.
but you're like, why not? But yeah, I would say that's the part where I'm like, yo, I can't even ride you too. Well, I shouldn't say ride you too hard. Especially with the euphemism you just made.
I love it when you lie.
Listen, I was ready to be the DJ for Pony, and you didn't want to do it. So
I would say I like.
So your antisocialness is what I might.
I like when you get petty. When you get petty, it's never like I'm like, oh, Joe, no, this would be better. Like, you always come with shit that I would come with, and I'm like, yeah, that's the one.
You're for sure the devil on my shoulder. You're like, yes, do it. I'm like, no. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, like even with the ex and the phone thing, when you called me, and you're like, this is what I did. This is how I did it. I was like, yes! I never thought of that. Yeah. Yeah, like I
think that one was impressive because it's something you didn't even think of.
I do shit now that since you said that, like that, I was like, that's crazy that I didn't think of that, but you thought of it. Like, since then, we'll talk about it off camera.
Oh, okay. Cut the cameras. No. Okay, fair. I think that's fair. I think those are two very fair things. That makes me sound bad.
Why?
But not really, because it makes you sound worse.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I'm not denying it. I just said it makes you sound bad. But yeah, okay. Y'all, if you are still with us, thank you so much for being here. Can you do me a favor and just hop on over to our Instagram at This Square Room. Give us a little follow, a little like. And then, you know what? While you're at it, just hop on over to TikTok. Or just, 1-2 click of an app. Do the same thing. Like our stuff. Follow us. Share. And
you're missing one more.
What?
Tell a friend.
I didn't get. I was still talking.
Okay, sorry.
You and this tell a friend. How about you say it?
Yeah, but you weren't done talking.
I wasn't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna first, do our own social media, and then that's right at the end. You just
outro.
You're just jumping the gun.
I'm just hopping on it.
Feeling froggy. Yeah, you can find me on social media. I feel like anytime I say social media, I feel like old.
You should.
Like I told you how my mom, I probably still says my face. And she was never on MySpace, so I don't know why she calls Facebook my face.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, help me set up my face. I'm like, you don't need to be on there.
Your face is already on your body.
I'm like, you don't need to be on there if that's what you're calling it. I actually thought the other day, I'm like, it'd be pretty cool if they brought MySpace back.
I think people would use it more now than they did before.
Yeah, they could make it like brand new and like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, at Jonel Wilson, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Desi D 18 or Desied, as some people thought, 18, only on Instagram.
I think they should know what 18 is. If they don't know that 18 is 18, they can't find you to follow you.
I don't know, man. This guy couldn't spell could. They don't know.
Yeah, you think he could have found your username? No. But yes, now is the part where we say tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Thissquareroom.com. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next Tuesday.